Good morning and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I am Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. We're going to take a look at the pitching for today, the 11th of June. We have a 12-game main slate on this Tuesday. Do not believe we have any weather issues to worry about at this point, so we can just dive right in. Reminder, this is the first look at pitching options for the slate, and I will be looking at DraftKings as that is where a majority of my action is. On FanDuel, I would cut my pitcher pool into about a third, maybe a half on some days, but we don't have to be as creative on FanDuel due to the less tight pricing compared to DraftKings. But let's dig in here. We got Zach Wheeler against Boston. A banged up Rafael Devers makes a pretty big difference in this Boston lineup. Wheeler's K-prop sitting at 6.5, juice on the over. It's a minus 175 road favorite, which is pretty strong. K numbers haven't been as dominant on the road. So overall numbers haven't been as dominant either, but he's still an elite pitcher. Definitely going to be no problem paying up for him. Ronel Blanco, not sure I'm going to pay up for Blanco. I don't really think he's worth the near 10K price tag. I don't really know that he gets through this game super clean, but he is a slight favorite. Game total is just 7.5 because it is in San Francisco. That might win out for me just because I love taking pictures in this ballpark. So minus 160 on, actually it's K-Prop 4.5 and obviously a minus 160 on the over. So juice being on the over, just a minus 112 favorite, sorry. I just don't know that we need to pay up for him when we have some other options on a 12-game slate. I really think his output tonight can be matched by some other guys without even looking ahead yet. Paul Skeens against St. Louis. Plenty of upside. Home run issues against the Dodgers, but still put up 21 fantasy points. Massive upside. That's really all I have to know about Skeens at this point. He's made 2 road starts, averaging 34 fantasy points in those starts. Can't really expect that to continue, but still, K-prop of 7.5, juice on the under. Minus 135 favorite. Game total of 7.5 with juice on the under as well. So definitely gonna like Skeens much more than Blanco at this point. Kikuchi, I'm interested. Just because I don't think the Brewers overall are as strong against left-handed pitching. I'm not excited to be using Kikuchi, to be honest. Looking at the game info, he is a minus 118 favorite. His K-prop right now sits at 6.5 with juice on the under. I feel like he probably has more upside in this spot than Blanco as well, but I'm not overly excited about using Kikuchi at this point. Brian Wu has looked absolutely phenomenal. Excuse me. K-prop of 6.5. And he is a minus 238 favorite. Game total of 7. Going to be extremely popular at that price point. And I'm not going to talk you off of him at all. Singer against the Yankees, no thanks. Stroman, probably not going to be interested. I mean, I don't mind either pitcher, but you're looking at a game total of 9.5. Stroman, a minus 142 favorite. Both, Singer with a K-prop of 4.5, Stroman with 3.5. Stroman's juice is slightly on the over and Singer is on the under, so a lot of things pointing to an offensive game in that one, so I'm going to have to pass on both pitchers. Jordan Hicks, probably not going to get there. Not a big K guy. I mean, he does have Ks 2 out of his last 3. Walks, runs. Obviously, this Houston squad is weakened without Kyle Tucker in the lineup. And like I said, it is a park that I like pitching in, but I just think we can find a Jordan Hicks solid game from other guys. And I'm not sure solid gets it done on a 12-game slate, to be honest. Cutter Crawford, he's a guy I like normally. I'm just not taking him against Philly. Uh, Arguably the best offense in baseball, at least from a run standpoint. They do have the best record in baseball, so uh, just somebody I'm not going to use against that team. Luzardo, coming off of a horrendous start. Um, I'm certainly interested. He did dominate this Mets squad already this year. He hasn't been very good on the road. Uh, Super up and down. Uh, his name's being mentioned a lot in trade ramblings. Game total of 7.5, juice on the under. He's a slight underdog. So I probably like both pitchers in this. K prop of just 4.5 with juice on the over. I think he's somebody that we want in our GPP pool just because he has tremendous upside. Uh, Definitely gonna have to stack the Mets side of things um, in an MMU run, but Luzardo certainly has gigantic upside for GPPs, especially large field stuff. Not using Montgomery. He just hasn't looked good. And I actually like the Angels against left-handed pitching to a degree. Dane Dunning, no. Drew Thorpe in his debut. I am interested just because of the K upside here in this one. I don't see a K prop for him yet. Actually, no, it's 5.5. Juice on the under, but K prop of 5.5. Uh, the Vegas line uh, has Seattle as a minus 238 favorite. So, uh, not somebody I want a ton of, but I want to sprinkle of because I do think he's got a lot of talent. But, I mean, if he was making his debut against a team that didn't strike out as much, then I might not be as interested. But that Seattle opposition um, allows for some upside. Tristan McKenzie, home run issues into a ballpark that allows home runs. Uh, it's rare that I don't really want to play McKenzie, but this is one of those spots where I'm going to pass on Tristan McKenzie. I have so much season long and best ball exposure to him. I don't really need to double down with my DFS exposure as well. Tyler McGill, I already mentioned the Mets are favored in this one when talking about Luzardo. It's a minus 148, 142 favorite. Game total 7.5, juice on the under. His K prop is 5.5 with juice on the under right now. Uh, he has looked good, coming off of a rough start, but I think he's certainly somebody that's going to be used a lot, and I understand why against the Miami squad. Not using Paxton. JP Sears is interesting, but San Diego is swinging the bat pretty well. Um, I like Sears the way he's thrown. Uh, San Diego started out the year struggling against left-handed pitching. So if I look into the numbers and find out that they've still been struggling against left-handed pitching, despite warming up offensively, Sears might make my pool. But as of right now, Sears is probably going to be on the outside looking in. Not really interested in playing Miles Mikolas. I've tried that before. It hasn't treated me overly well. I think I played him against the Cubs in the start. It's tough to remember. Um, it's just not overly exciting. One guy that I want to look into a little bit more to see how he's been performing um, is Louis Varland. Sorry. Taking on a weak Colorado offense. Varland has struggled at the major league level this season, but I know he does have some upside in his arm. some strikeout ability. So I want to see how he's kind of performed at AAA leading up to being recalled for this start. Um, I think he is going to blindly be put in by some people because they see that he is facing, Colorado. K prop of 5.5, juice on the under, but he's a minus 198 favorite on the slate. Um, but there's a quick rundown, quick look at pitching options for this slate. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, get the alert anytime we drop videos here at TFS Army. If you want to get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., I'll put links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's RAZ, for 10% off monthly. And as always, best of luck, everybody.